Welcome to the U.S. Military Test Prep channel from Study.com. My name is Matt, and I'm a U.S. Army vet and an ASVAB test prep expert. On this channel, I want to walk you through everything that you need to know to pursue a career in the military. I aim to be your secret weapon, providing you with expert tips, insider advice, and top-notch study materials to boost not only your confidence, but your results as well. In today's video, I'm going to cover a key step for anyone looking to enlist and walk you through everything that you need to know about the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, or ASVAB for short. Today's focus is on the Mathematics Knowledge Subtest. Let's get started. The ASVAB Mathematics Subtest measures one's knowledge of mathematical concepts and applications. This can be summed up as the knowledge of high school mathematics principles. Out of the 4 domains, verbal, math, science and technical, and spatial, this one fits under the math domain. The mathematics subtest is the 5th test to be taken overall on the ASVAB test. This subtest assesses your ability in numbers and operations, fractions, basic expressions, exponents, polynomials, geometry, algebra, and processes for solving equations. Be sure to take the time to practice these specific math skills before test day. When it comes to the subtest format, you can either take the computerized or CAT ASVAB, or you can take the paper and pencil or P&P ASVAB. If you choose to take the computerized option, the CAT ASVAB, you'll have 31 minutes to answer 15 questions. This means that you'll have about 2 minutes and 4 seconds per question. This is an adaptive subtest, which means that the test adapts to your ability level. You're allowed to complete the CAT ASVAB at your own pace. When you complete a test in the battery, you can immediately move on to the next section without waiting for everyone else to move on. This can result in your test taking time being shorter compared to other test takers. About 70% of test takers choose the computerized version, which takes about half the time to complete on average. However, you're not able to review or change your answers once you've submitted an answer on the CAT ASVAB, so choose wisely. On the other hand, the paper and pencil option is different as everyone takes the same set of questions at the same pace. This is known as the traditional way of taking the subtest. For the P&P ASVAB format, you'll have 24 minutes to complete 25 questions. This means that you'll have about 1 minute and 3 seconds per question. In this test format, you can check your work for the current section that you're working on. However, you can't go back to previously completed sections, nor can you move forward to a new section unless directed to do so by your instructor. In either case, be sure to manage your time wisely. Always leave time at the end to check over your work and ensure that you're submitting your best work possible. This video specifically focuses on the mathematics knowledge subtest of the ASVAB exam. In this subtest, you're expected to demonstrate your understanding of various mathematical concepts and applications, ranging from working with numbers and fractions to using algebraic processes to solve equations. Understanding the various mathematical notions and problem-solving skills can be difficult for some test takers. This video offers specific strategies to help viewers improve in a section that is critical to their overall ASVAB score. To start, it's important to research the types of questions that you'll be asked. You'll have to learn how the test will be administered, and finally, understand how you'll be scored. The number of questions on the ASVAB depends on whether or not you take the paper version or the computerized version of the test. For the P&P ASVAB, the paper and pencil version, if you find yourself stuck on a question, there's no penalty for guessing. If you run out of time, make an educated guess and fill in the blank questions. However, this is not the same for the CAT ASVAB, as you should not just fill in random answers. Instead, make sure to really read the questions carefully and decide on your best answer choice. A penalty will be administered for those who provide too many incorrect answers in a row. Let's look at this practice problem now and give you a preview of what to expect. Thanks for sticking with me, recruits. As you get ready to take the ASVAB test, you'll need to spend some time studying. Find a quiet place to study with no distractions, gather the tools and materials that you'll need, and set a solid study schedule for yourself. For additional preparation, create a study group that works together to discuss challenging topics. And make sure to quiz each other on your understanding of the content. Remember, the higher your ASVAB score, the more job options you'll have for your military career, including an array of special pay and bonuses. Also, the best way to study for the ASVAB is to first identify your strengths and weaknesses. Start by taking a practice test to set a baseline score to understand the sections of the test that might be extra challenging for you. Once you figure this out, you'll be able to identify your strong suits as well as work on where you need improvement. You're probably wondering, where do I go to get study materials and practice tests? Well, Study.com has got you covered. We can create a personalized study plan just for you. Taking a practice test on a site like Study.com can really pinpoint what you know and what you don't. If you're using other materials, you'll likely have to put together your own study plan. With Study.com, you have a variety of resources to choose from. Watch lessons to review material that you're shaky on. If you feel confident about a topic, complete the practice questions that are given to you. If you notice that you're struggling with the information, go back and review a lesson to really make sure that you know the material. Consider using Study.com's ASVAB Practice and Study Guide. This will help you to prepare for the Mathematics Knowledge Subtest. The study guide takes you through everything that you'll need to know for the test. Study.com goes the extra mile to break down all the mathematical topics into easily digestible learning bites. Take advantage of this helpful study material at your fingertips. Feel free to customize your own learning style as well. Check out what makes sense for you and just ditch the rest. Remember, practice makes progress. And that concludes today's episode of US Military Test Prep. Give us a thumbs up if you're feeling more prepared, leave us a comment down below with any questions or topics that you'd like for us to cover, and make sure you're subscribed for more US Military Test Prep content. Stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video. Good luck. You've got this.